What's going on, Whisper Nation? Sear here coming at you with Week 4's 2-minute drill, where I go through every NFL team's matchup, giving you each team's recommended start sits in 2 minutes or less.
Right here!
Now, this is a top-level overview. I'm burning through them. So for more in-depth analysis, make sure you like and subscribe to the Fantasy Whispers on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff to catch the daily content coming your way week in and week out. But this is the 2-minute drill. Let's get this one started now in 3. Keep the horses in the stable this Thursday night. Noah Fant and Melvin Gordon will be the 2 playmakers to start. If you had to, there's no playmakers. You should have to start. No desperation is going to be that high. Alvin Kamara is basically the offense right now, given Drew Brees' historically low yards per attempt. Michael Thomas is still out. Kenny Golladay is in, though, which is good news for Matt Stafford. DJ Hopkins catching a lot of passes, and Adrian Peterson is leading the way in the backfield. Thinking dunk, Justin Herbert's good news for Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, and Hunter and Henry. Tom Brady and Mike Evans are going to have a good week this week. Uncle Lenny and Ronald Jones are splitting the early down work. No one's splitting the early down work with James Robinson. Lock him in there. DJ Shark, once he's back, will get right with that Gardner Minshew, but I give it a game before we get him in our lineups. Joe Mixon's volume is looking real nice. Tyler Boyd has a great cornerback matchup this week. AJ Green is still figuring it out. Justin Jefferson went off. Make sure him, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook are into your lineups. Like all the playmakers in Deshaun Watson, Will Fuller, and David Johnson. Chris Carson out. Carlos Hyde in. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett are going to continue to benefit from Russell cooking. Mike Gesicki is basically a cheat cook at the tight end position. Myles Gaskin's the halfback of choice. I think Devontae Parker has his best game of the season. Juju Smith-Schuster, James Conner ain't going anywhere for you, and Deontay Johnson deal with a head injury. Keep an eye out for that. Derrick Henry locked in there. AJ Brown is still out. Jonnu Smith looks like this year's Darren Waller. Odell Beckham knows this is a run first team. Bad news for the pass catchers. Good news for Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. I like everybody, including CeeDee Lamb, Kyler Murray, Kenyon Drake, DeAndre Hopkins. Mike Gibbs going to continue to fill in for CMC, DJ Moore, and Robbie Anderson. Jonathan Taylor's volume is turned up to 11. David Montgomery gets a bump up with the Tariq Cohen news. Allen Robinson gets a bump up with the Nick Foles news. Mark Ingram losing some work. You're still getting him as the halfback to start. Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson locked in, and Marquise Brown is a boom or bust play. Terry McLaurin's locked into your lineup. Antonio Gibson will be the halfback to start. You're not going to place Saquon Barkley. Don't even try. Darius Slayton and Evan Ingram be the pass catchers if you had to pick. Tyler Higbee, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, all good to go for you. Darrell Henderson's going to be starting. I think Cam Newton and Julian Edelman get right this week. One of the halfbacks is going to have a good week. I just don't know which one it is. Any playmaker you got for the Chiefs, feel good about it. Josh Allen's doing crazy stuff, good stuff. That's good news for Stephon Diggs. Devin Singletary's the halfback to start. Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, they're basically the offense. Miles Sanders looking like a bell cow. Zach Ertz and Greg Ward are going to be getting a lot of work because they're dealing with a ton of injuries over there. Jerick McKinnon and George Kittle should be coming back this week. All the playmakers, just keep an eye out for health. Aaron Jones, Aaron Rodgers, Allen Lazard, especially Devontae Adams is out. You can feel good about those ones. That's the 2-minute drill, folks. We've done it. Week 4 is in the bag. Good luck to you and your matchups. Let me know how I did. Let me know what you'd like to see next week. That's it. This is the Fantasy Whispers. I'm out.
Thank you for listening to the Fantasy Whisperers podcast. You can hear more from John and Travis on Google Play, SoundCloud, and iTunes. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at TF Whisperers.